Hey folks, welcome to our Musky segment. You know, we've got a Chaz Martin with me here, and we've got one of those days.
Well, nothing's happening.
No,
man.
there's no frontal activity. There's no wind hardly. I mean, we've just finally got a little breeze now, but you know, Muskies. You know, the classic muskie day with overcast and rain and whatever. You know, those kind of days are few and far between.
No,
and when you're just going out fishing, and and this is the day you're faced with and catch a fish. Tell the folks a little bit about what you do as a guide.
Yeah,
where you go with a day like that.
Thank you, Joe. And you've said this before. It's easy to catch fish when they're biting. Anybody can do it. You can go out there and throw a bucktail in top water and get the job done. But it's days when the money's on the line, the time's on the line. You've got to produce fish day in, day out. And you've got to, in that sense, when there's no activity, there's no fish movement, you have to make your activity.
Exactly.
And the way to do that is by simply using baits that are erratic, that look like they're dying. Because, you know, muskies, all these big predators are opportunistic. You know, they don't want to, you know, use a lot of energy. They want to conserve their energy as a cold-blooded animal. And when you throw a bait out there, like a glide bait or a minnow bait, a jerk bait, that is dead looking, that's you know, struggling, they kind of have to take advantage of that situation. It's in their genes to go after these dying looking lures. And that's exactly what we just did here. You want to throw things that are erratic, and especially in this case, both these lures here, you can pause them and suspend them in place. And a lot of times,
that's a big thing.
Yeah, you know, it's like that fish right there. There's all these big boulders we're fishing, right? And the key with the glide bait here is to, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, up. And when you see a boulder, you can swing it into a boulder and just let it hang there. And a lot of times that's when the fish, and again, because they're not active, they're not, you know, up high.
They're not chasing.
They're sitting down low. And when they see that bait hang there, they kind of a lot of times will come up and just grab it.
And those aren't chasers. Those aren't the top water bucktail, run and gun, winging baits 100 miles an hour. Those aren't chaser fish. Those are fish you're triggering by your technique.
Exactly. And you know, and the other thing you could talk about here is that, you know, with these kind of lures, they're not as fast. You're not going to be covering as much ground. So fish spots, you know,
slow down.
Instead of fishing 10 spots today, we'll fish 5, and we're going to slow down. We're going to really work them well because we know the fish are there, and we know if we have a shot at getting one today, we're going to get it on one of these lures.
And he did. Check it out.
Come a little ways for me.
Eating that burger was a big mistake.
Feeling a little groggy?
Oh, I feel terrible.
I'm feeling okay right now. I got some coffee if you want a coffee shot.
I'm gonna probably have to do that. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Whoa, wow, what a jump, man. Oh, wow.
You did talking in, you talked that fish.
Baby.
You talked that fish into hitting.
Wow, is she pulling, Joe, man? Oh,
watch her do, watch her do, watch her do.
I'm trying to.
It's a scrappy one, dude. It's a scrapper.
Oh, she is.
It's a scrappy.
Oh.
It's scrappy.
Dude.
It's a scrapper, isn't it?
Oh, God. Dude, she's scrappy, all right. Here she comes. If you can, no, she ain't ready yet.
Dude. Dude. Bring her over here, dude.
All right, Joe, man. Oh, we got her.
That was a deep dipper. Did you see that? That was a deep dipper.
That was a deep dipper. Dude, we got her.
I haven't done a deep dipper in a while. That was a deep dipper. It was
Joe,
fun.
what a great net job. Oh, my God.
Hey, you were just talking about it. Folks, he says, I just need a scrapper.
Just one to come up and pound.
I'll go 90. You got to give me 10.
Unbelievable, dude.
What was the deal? Like, I'll go 90. What was that?
I'll go 90. I'll come out. I'll fish. I'll drink my water and put my sunscreen on. But you just got to open your mouth.
And I just needed some coffee.
You just needed some coffee. Oh, man, was that great or what? And hey, hooks are out and everything.
Dude.
Here we go. Oh, man. Guys, if you got a cold front bluebird condition, somebody has got to be throwing a glide bait out there. You need to get a bait that's going to trigger strikes and get a reaction out of these fish. You know they're there. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you're fishing good water, you've raised them, you know they're in one of those spots, but you can't get them to hit on, you know, the conventional bucktail or a topwater. Go at them with something like a glide bait or a jerk bait. In this case, it was a glide raider fish that can trigger a reaction out of fish that are holding in cover. You know they're there, but they aren't moving until you get them to go after it. So anyway, we'll be right back. You guys, if you got a cold you got a cold.